Hi there YouTube, it's Musical David here. We'll be flying the Cessna 172 out of Broken Hill today and heading down to Mildura, which is in Victoria, so we're doing a border crossing. Not a lot out there down south of Broken Hill. Desert mostly. So I've taken the liberty of doing a Google Maps. See how we're flying down there. We cross a creek. What's this thing here? Pine Creek apparently. Cross the road some point there. That's the Silver City Highway. Cross a couple of lakes here. This is part of what is termed the Great Darling River Branch, which is to say a part of the Darling River that only floods occasionally. The main bit of the Darling River goes down here past Pooncarie, but sometimes when you get a really big flood, you'll end up with some water in the Anna Branch, maybe once every decade or three. Anyway, we'll go past the probably dry salt lakes through there, and we'll make a stop at Wentworth, cross over the Murray River into Victoria. It's only a 13-mile flight between Wentworth and Mildura. Anyway, Cessna 172 should take us about 80 minutes to make that flight. Keep getting called by random people today. That'll be the third one in a row. It's time to stop. Anyway, let's start moving. Bravo Sierra Victor. This is, of course, with the Garmin G1000, which comes as an add-on. You can buy that add-on for $0 off the marketplace, and it is by working title. Hi there, Sir Oinkalot and JB Aviation. Hope you're very well today. It is Friday. It's time to get moving. Let's pretend we've done all of our checks, including probably dropping the flaps, checking the oil, checking tie downs are on way. Fuel has been checked and drained. Let's double check how much we have on it. I wanted a bit more than that. There we go. Alright, let's jump in. Batteries on. Just going to run the checklist to see if we have that. Pre-flight inspection is completed before starting the engine. Seats and harnesses are set. Brakes are tested. We have the parking brake set. Circuit breakers are checked. Electrical equipment is off. Avionics are off. Fuel selector is set to both. Fuel shutoff is open. Starting engine. Throttle cracked open. Mixture at idle. Battery switch is good to go. Engine indications. Feet on the pedals. Mixer's lean and we'll start up. Clear prop. Do need some fuel injected. And we're running. Look for 1000 RPM. Cool, flight plan. So we'll be leaving Broken Hill, YB. Do it from the airfield. Broken Hill. That's good to go. And our destination is Wentworth, WTO. That's us. Do the progress. There's nothing really there. It's a straight line. Cool. Happy with that. Let's grab our AWIS. Hi there, Philip. Certainly. Jump on. We're on Vatsim at the moment. I think I'm on Vatsim. I've logged in, haven't I? Yes, I've logged in. Cool. So, phone number for the AWIS. It's on the screen there. AWIS phone number 02.
Automated Weather Information Service, Broken Hill Airport. Time 0904 Zulu. Wind 140 degrees magnetic at 5 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Cloud scattered 5,200 feet. Temperature 12. Dew point 2. QNH 1027 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
So that's us, Broken Hill. Wind 040 at 5. Ah, 140, sorry. So 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. It's direct crosswind regardless. So I think we'll take runway 23, closer to our direction of travel. There's the wind forecast that we're taking it from, so we're leaving from this sector here. We'll be at 2,500. It'll be 13 degrees up there, and wind 170 at 8 knots. QNH. It's 1027 set. And CTAF. Through there it is, CTAF 1267. Set. Okay, transponder is 1200. CDIs and GPS, our heading will be after takeoff. Just bringing that up from the XL pilot. 154. Let's get the other way around. .154's ready to go. We'll have a chat to CTAF. And it would help if we had some battery power. That would be great. See, the beacon is in. Taxi lights on. Nav lights already on. We'll leave the strobes and landing lights till we're on the runway. Control surfaces are good and correct. Let's head on out. Broken Hill traffic, and that's not broadcasting. That all now. Broken Hill traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, Cessna 172 is taxiing out to runway 23. We'll contact once entering the runway for the backtrack. Time to head forward. So, how is your Friday going, everyone? I'm glad the week is over. Unfortunately, we're in lockdown, so I can't really be going anywhere. Just pretty depressing. Sometime tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a video of myself and Aviator 997 in a Cessna 150. Just before the lockdowns reoccurred, we ended up flying the 150 out to Woodamble and then down the Great Ocean Road past the 12 Apostles and that rather spectacular coastline. I think what we'll do is come up here and do our run-ups in this position before we head out to the runway. Yeah, the shift times at work are coming. Probably not next week, but quite likely the week after that. Let us get some power on. So one more milk run left. There's 1800. They really need to fix up the amount of RPM it loses in the magneto switch. So it should drop by maybe 50, 70, 100 at most. Not 150. Anyway. We're expecting that on this old aircraft. Back to 1000 RPM. Let's run the rest of that checklist. Pressure's good, amps are good, annunciator is off, airbags are off and flaps are up. Taxi light is in. Yes it is. Strobes for the runway, park and brake is released, brakes are tested and rudder's good. Run-ups completed, comm frequency is checked, nav frequency not required. GPS is set, transponder is on and mode C. Cabin 12 volt is off, flaps are up, cabin windows are locked, parking brake is released. Pass will be up for takeoff and seat enhancers are secure. Hi there, Bonnie Boy. I'm Musical Aviator. Same as my channel name. I am, however, on Vatsim. Not playing on the online Microsoft Flight Sim thing. So gamer tag is irrelevant because I'm Bravo Sierra Victor. You don't have your own name when you're a civilian pilot. You have the name of your aeroplane. As a funny thing, when I was going out flying with Aviator 997, we flew from Bacchus Marsh into Lethbridge to refuel at Lethbridge. And the guys there asked us where we'd come from. Now, in a normal situation, if you're in a bar and someone asks you where you're from, you say, I'm from Melbourne. But no, our aeroplane comes from Bacchus Marsh and that's where we're from. So in this case, the airplane is from Moorabbin, Bravo Sierra Victor. So where are you from? We're from Moorabbin. Traffic Broken Hill, Bravo Sierra Victor entering the backtrack runway 23 Broken Hill, departure straight ahead, then a left-hand crosswind. Lights are on. Ah, but anyway, you are. That's annoying. No, I can turn those tags off. Okay, mixer is all the way rich. After departure, we have 18 minutes track to Pine Creek. Sir Uncle Lot, if I didn't have Vatsim, I would find the entire experience rather boring. Basically. This is easy mode on Vatsim because we're flying outside of controlled airspace, so there's no ATC to worry about anyway. I'm going to go into the Vat map. This is Vat-tastic. No ATC on anyway, so not much of a difference. My work shifts are going to be annoying. We'll have to see how they go. Anyway, there's always other jobs. Hurstbridge. Hurstbridge is in Melbourne. I'm going nowhere near Hurstbridge. We'll come back there in like a year. Broken Hill traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, departing runway 23, left-hand crosswind departure. "75 knots of the climb." I'm happy to make that 80 knots in a bit.
Broken Hill traffic, Sarah. Cessna is helicopter up is entering backtracking 23.
Hello Paul, hope you're well there in Sydney. I hear you guys had nearly 400 cases today. Not cool. You're catching up to Melbourne. Sydney 2021 is Melbourne 2020. You're a few days late compared to us. You know what they say about Sydney? It's like going back in time to last year. Not a bad aircraft, this one. Director's in. Got to pick up the nav. And the pitch angle is not too bad of a controller. Autopilot's in. How about that in a Cessna 172? Flying autopilot VNAV. Bitter heat is in. I feel like it's not quite bright enough. Is there any other lights I'm missing here? No? Okay. Fair enough. Let's bring that back down to 2,500 RPM. Actually, got to make about 2,450. There we go. And I'll start bringing that mixture back as well. There's the peak, I saw it. And then we'll just be a little bit to the lens, to the rich side of the peak. $110 knots. Not a bad little aeroplane. Okay, the time of takeoff was 16. Was it 16 or 17? I'll call it 16. Time 34 to cross Pine Creek. I have a funny feeling that we're actually going a bit quicker than our planned speed, but we'll see how it pans out. A free version of Bankstown. Oh, yeah, I certainly am interested in going to Bankstown at some point. If it's good, we might even do the helicopter out of there one day. Scotia Sanctuary. So that's our position here, Broken Hill. We've just taken off. We're heading down here. It's going to be a long flight over a lot of nothing. This Scotia Sanctuary is quite an interesting little thing. Yeah, I think that was Philip on the C-turn just before. He was entering the runway just as we got airborne. So I'll keep listening out to him, and I'll probably make an announcement before he takes off as well. Cool. Is off as well. Can't see him on my TCAS. Technically that's a TCAD. But it's probably just because he's out of range. We're a bit too far ahead. Got a bit of the runway RPM happening there, so I'm going to bring that back down to 2450. Think about a fixed pitch propeller. Is the faster you go, the faster the RPM goes, and the faster the RPM goes, the faster you go. So end up with this runaway situation where the aircraft accelerates and then the RPM accelerates with it. Oh, they don't have the TCAS wet. Okay, that's a pity. I've seen it in other aircraft. Oh well, some of the real aircraft that have G1000s don't have TCAS either, because you need an ADS-B in for that to work. Mad Max Country, Silvertown, hey? That's the north though, isn't it? Or just directly... yeah, it's out there somewhere. I was quite tempted to fly over Scotia Sanctuary. Apparently there were two like cattle ranch properties out there, and the some kind of animal sanctuary got hold of them, so now they use them as a area that's free of foxes and any wild cats, just to, you know, have native animals in that space. Nice big fenced off area with the random bilbies and wallabies and whatever to hop around in. So while Silvertown might be Mad Max Country, this is just straight up wild sanctuary territory now. Most of the mining activities behind us. Oh yeah, that's alright, we can turn off our landing lights. Don't need to be blazing them all day. So, map options, there's not much there at the moment. I guess we're needing to program some of that stuff in later. So just all those buttons. So I've got the track up instead of the heading. We can change that here. North up, the most useless view in the world. Heading up, which is probably useful enough. There's north up with the airplane facing south. I think track up is the best. And Wentworth, no instrument approaches available, of course. It's barely got a sealed runway down there. So just keeping an eye out for the creek, Pine Creek. Silver City Highway is way out there somewhere. We will get pretty close to it at some point in the journey, but we're not close to it yet. A couple of roads here and there. This is the creek. Might be. RY22. I'm not sure which aircraft Mark Roberts flies. Mark Roberts, sorry. All I know is that this aircraft is down in Moorabbin, and I've flown back seat in it before. I've sat right there, only once. It's an expensive aircraft, this one. Yes, Sir Uncle Up. I've been to Broken Hill, but that was a very, very, very long time ago. We're talking 2003. One of these days I should probably take myself out there again. Do a big trip. But you know, these things cost a lot of money and take a lot of effort to do. Yep, that's the creek, Pine Creek, and Silver City High is just next to it. So we're coming up on that waypoint that we were looking at first. I was calculating that we're doing 100 knots, but we're actually doing 111. 115 true airspeed. So I'm going to update my nav log for real time, the real speed. Minutes after 16. Yep, Birdsville races cancelled again, second time in a row. Everything's cancelled again, even Avalon Airshow got cancelled, can you believe that? Avalon Airshow, which was due in whatever date it was meant to be, November sometime. Not happening. Avalon Airshow 2021 will not be. Ah, there's Pine Creek, the station. Nice little airstrip right next to it. Hello, Dominic. So I've just passed Pine Creek. The waypoint was pretty much at the point that we crossed the river, and we're apparently 2 minutes early according to my calculation. So I'll reset our clock from now. .32 was the actual time. It is rather beautiful scenery, I agree with that. Bit of feeling that we're getting cloud baked into the scenery from the photographic, but that's a bit of pity. There goes the Silver City Highway, right there. Oh, I can even see traffic on it. Nice. Yeah, if I drove up from Melbourne, obviously we'd be on that coming out of Mildura. Anyhow, time 32. 3:44. So we'll be over Lake Poppelet at time 44. That'll be the very first of the large salt lakes related to the, what's the thing called again? The Great Darling Anna Branch. So the Anna Branch is quite an interesting feature. Basically it is where the Darling River used to go. It still sometimes does when it floods. Before it dug its new channel a little bit further to the east. My knowledge stands on Vatsim because I've been doing it for like 20 years. What's going on MSFS, I've got no idea. I really don't know what they're doing there. I went on it once or twice, there were a whole bunch of people floating around and yeah, I didn't really understand what was going on there. Liking that traffic down there. That's good. Well, we're probably far enough away from Broken Hill, so we can forget about those charts. We won't be going back there. Wentworth is up ahead. We also have the little dirt field at Scotia, if we needed to land somewhere very fast. Obviously we're in a single engine aircraft, so we'd need to think about where we're going to land if the engine were to quit all of a sudden. Ideally we'd want to go somewhere near the road. So we know that the road is to our left and we'd make the turn straight out to the road. I'd probably even land either on the road or just off to the side of it. The main reason you'd want to land near the road is there's people there compared to over there where there's nothing. There's places out here that human feet have probably never walked on. That might be a bit too far, but you know, something like that. You can probably go months at a time without a single human visitor. So yeah, stick to the road. Scotia coming up. Thanks, Stug TV. How far are you away from us? Who was it that was flying? Philip? Yeah, Philip. What kind of aircraft are you flying? I can probably look that up myself, eh? I didn't realise I'd closed Vatpack. Fantastic, sorry. getting the old Top Gun out tomorrow night. So that's what I'll be doing on Saturday night, watching Top Gun with a bunch of people that I know, personal friends of mine. Get old Tom Cruise and some F-14 Tomcats. Beach volleyball. I'm thinking about how far do we go down south before we start thinking about new settings. I think once we pass Scotia, yeah, around Scotia, Pilter, that kind of way, we could start thinking about listening to the AWIS at Mildura. So, noise abatement procedures, don't fly over Wentworth. CTAF is 118.8. And we're about at Mildura. There's the AWIS. Ah, CTAF is the same. Yeah, they're only 13 miles away from each other, so that makes sense. Going to pick up the TCAS, or the AWIS, sorry. AWIS. The 03 number. Back in my own state.
Automated Weather Information Service, Mildura Airport, time 0939 Zulu, wind 280 degrees magnetic at 3 knots, visibility 25 kilometers, cloud clear below 10,000 feet, temperature 11, dew point 4, QNH 1028 hectopascals, rainfall.
Pretty good, Mildura, wind 280 at 3. 1028, only one digit away, quite happy with that. Wind from 280, we've got a runway 27, and at Mildura we have a runway, I think it's 27? 26, okay, same difference. 26. One downside of flying a Cessna 172 is they are so slow. Just wait until you fly a Cessna 150. Maybe they're asking if we want to fly to Mildura in the 150 from Melbourne. Take like 3 hours to get there and another 3 to get back. Not to mention the hour drive to get to the aeroplane. So anyway, I'm looking at the rest of the weekend's flying, pretend flying, lockdown flying, not leaving your house flying. And let's see, Vatsim events, what we're doing, boys. Apparently there's something happening in Gisborne I think that's already happened. Yes, that's finished already. Dang. Yes, yeah, 65 knots at a 172 on base. It's a very slow aircraft, I'll give you that. Tomorrow, and it will be tomorrow, I'm going to put up a video of a real world flight that I took in a Cessna 150. Didn't even have two at the back, just Cessna 150. Nose wheel. And yeah, that was some slow stuff. We were cruising like this at 90 knots. Trying to get from one place to another as fast as we possibly could in a Cessna 150. Flat out with the tacho going 2500 RPM, and it was doing 90 knots. Unless you wanted to increase your altitude, in which case it came back to like 80. So do you want to climb or do you want to go 90 knots? Because you can't do both of those things at the same time. So yeah, about this time tomorrow you should see a real world video of mine go up as a premiere. I invite you all to watch it. It's about an hour long. Good scenery though. There's the 12 Apostles and Great Ocean Road. Peterborough. Apollo Bay. Some quite spectacular scenery down that part of the world. If I do happen to say so myself, a little bit better looking than this stuff, which is quite a lot of that. Very flat out here. Nary a mountain to be seen. Nor a cliff, nor a sea. Just straight out trees on red rock. Date 13th. Ah, it's Friday the 13th today. Yay. It's a Sri Lanka event. Sri Lanka to Singapore. I'm probably not going to be doing that because I'm going to be premiering my own video. 6:54, that'll be 4 o'clock. Yeah, no. Slot Mania Sydney. Might be worth looking at that Bankstown airport. Get the chopper out again. $15 miles to go until we hit the lake. So 7 minutes is on the clock there. 115 knots airspeed. The wind 184 at 8. close enough. It's about 10 degrees off and 1 knot off. It is 54 there. I can't count. So here comes the lake. What are they calling it? Popilta? Yeah, Lake Popilta. Jimmy off for a flight tomorrow? Where you headed? And what in? That's the most important part. I wish I was off for a flight tomorrow. We'd planned to go down past, I think it was Phillip Island and Lethbridge, not Lethbridge, Leongatha in the 150. But we're locked in, so none of that happening. Bradby Island, cool. Is that out of Redland Bay or is that somewhere else? Redcliffe, I mean. I'm assuming you're out of Redcliffe. Oh, you might be out of Sunny Coast. Anyway, I hope you have fun out there. It's certainly better than being stuck in Melbourne, inside. Cool, Redcliffe. Not a bad airfield by the looks of it. Not that I've ever been in the real world. Two minutes to go and we'll be over the lake. Now they've made the lake all blue, which is unlikely. And so this area is the Great Darling Anna Branch. So an Anna Branch, it means it used to be the main river, but it isn't anymore. So the river actually doesn't flow down into these lakes properly anymore, unless it really, really floods. Something like once every 20 years. It'll be 20 years to get some water in this lake. So, that said, we did have a pretty good rainfall earlier this year, about March or so. So I guess a few months ago it might have been wet. I can't really imagine it being a glistening blue lake. Maybe white. More likely kind of muddy orange. Zooming in on Google Maps, it looks a little bit green in there. Maybe it just grows like mossy, grassy stuff in there. Yeah, one of these days I might need to make a bit more of a concentrated effort to travel around a bit. Who knows what the future may hold. I might get sick of working for the NBN and want to move. It's in the back of my head now. It's like, I'm kind of over this lockdown, stuck in the home, working at home, doing late night shifts idea. Hit the open road and do something a bit more physical. That's what I'm thinking. Early days. Not sure I want to sacrifice the house to that dream. We'll see. Ah, Philippine also Redcliffe. I wish you guys say hi to each other in a plane. They talk about a midlife crisis, but I didn't expect a midlife crisis to include, you know, a worldwide pandemic. But there you go. We've passed our thing a minute ago, okay? And it was correct. So the next one, 10 minutes out, that's easy enough to figure out. Time 04. And that'll be the bottom end of Lake Nyala. Probably that lake in the distance. South end of it. So south of Scotia now. Scotia, the Wildlife Reserve, somewhere out there. Is that the highway still? I think it is. Yep, Silver City Highway. Not much traffic on it this far south. And the Darling River and a branch. So just to be clear, that's the Darling River and a branch, not the actual Darling River. It's connected to the Darling River, but in itself is not the Darling River. Apparently it doesn't rejoin the Darling River until it gets through pretty much at Wentworth. Philip Mead working on NBN as well. Well, I work in the office, so if you're doing network stuff, that's me now. If you're doing on-the-day HFC, NBN under OMA, I was helping out the Sydney guys, so I probably wouldn't have talked to you in Brisbane, but you know. You're doing project engineer for fixed wireless. Cool. I was doing dispatch essentially for the on-the-day guys, right up until the new project, the new contracts came out. Finishing OMA project onto the new, what are they calling ourselves these days? Not FSD. Yeah, OMMA was, I was kind of like helping out with New South Wales scheduling for jobs. And now I'm doing, well, I'm trying to learn how to do network remediation scheduling, and it's different. It's very different indeed. Unless with the rollout of HFC, fun. I was mostly chatting to the technicians that were rolling it out, going into the houses, figuring out how long they would take at each job, giving them more work or less work depending on how they did. Raising MDU payment tickets so they could get paid for doing lateral cabling and multi-dwelling units. So it'd come out as individual things like, yeah, just connect this unit to the NBN. It's like, yeah, but we're going to have to lateral cable from that unit to the other unit. Yeah, you can't get paid for that. So get an MDU. Anyway, I miss the old OMA contract and being able to play with New South Wales. I grew up in New South Wales and I was scheduling New South Wales from Melbourne. And every once in a while I'd go up and visit some of the dudes up there in Sydney. That was always fun. Trent's coming to Sydney to hang out with all the field supervisors up there. Yeah, we might have actually, Jimmy. I'll just have to check you on my ETA to see if you're there. Good stuff, Phil. I didn't have much to do with the Queenslanders until very recently, and then again not anymore. So that's how we go with QRD. Someone else was in charge of Queensland. Very similar name to me. In fact, we always used to get confused, even though we're completely opposite people as humans. Like, he's a midget, like literally, I think he's about 5 foot nothing. Weighs about 50 kilograms. Tech to Home, yes, I recognise that name quite well. Indeed. I had my ETA closed, I think I've seen your name in ETA. How do you like the new, actually you're in Queensland, so you don't have to worry about the new program, do you? Lucky you. Maybe you will soon. October, apparently. think it's part of S-Max, Sales Max? Yeah, SMAX, SMAX. So that's the program that the New South Wales techs are all literally going on strike over. And they held it up with Queensland for a while. So they were going to go in and do it for Queensland in May, I think it was, but then they held back. And you guys are still using the older software, apparently. Which should either be, is that ETA or SNOW? Service now. Still copper in your house? My golly. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do a stream if I was still on copper. I was running less than 1 megabit per second. Now I'm like 80, 85, somewhere in that range. John JCO. Cool. Hello from Twitch. What time were we crossing? It was 04. We should be there now. I think that is the bottom of the lake. That is the Anna branch. So let's check out. Yep, that's the lake. Haha. So time 4. I'm happy to call that the lake crossing. Next lake to our south is apparently Warrawina. Lake Warrawina, right there. What's our next point? Ah, Pomona. Pomona is actually a town. So, between when we left Broken Hill and at the next waypoint, we have not seen a town. Seen a few lakes, seen a river. Yeah, whole idea of well, you're doing HSC, aren't you? So yeah, don't even have, yeah. I really don't understand how HSC really works. All I know is that I send technicians to places and they get done. That's all I care about. 9, 10, 12, 2. Yeah, 22. I can math. That's not the Silver City Highway, that's some other random road. That's the other branch right under us. There's the Silver City over there. Cool. Warrawina Lake. Oh yeah, we've seen them as well. And you get those service assurance tickets that keep coming back over and over and over again. That's always horrible. With the end user getting more and more irate as time goes on. All I can say is I'm glad I don't have to deal with end users directly very much. So, the mostly dry river and lake bed. That's pretty fun. Is it 110? No, that's a nav. Okay. Coming up on Wentworth. That's more like the kind of lake that I was expecting to see up there. Apparently that's Lake Milkengay. M-I-L-K-E-N-G-A-Y. Milkengay. I wonder if they named it that because of the colour. I can't get these random dirt roads in the middle of nowhere for no obvious good reason. So yeah, let's just build this road here. Why? Just cause. A lot of these roads are property border roads. They are just on the side of the fence. Clearly that one goes down to this dam here. I think it's about time to switch over to the new frequency. 118.8 for Wentworth. 118.8 is confirmed. Altimeter will be 1028. Set. of those things. Okay. Heater is off, air is in. That Anna branch is teasing us. It's almost like a real river. Almost. It's not really. It's kind of a backwards river, this thing. Goes the wrong way around. Interesting. Google Maps hasn't done a drive up Pomona Road. It's a perfectly valid sealed road, but they haven't done any driving up there. Poor old Pomona. Pretty brutal country out here. Probably not as bad as it will be once we pass, you know, Alice Springs. Head even further out to the west from Alice Springs. I do know there's Gibson Desert in our future. Hopefully we get some good mesh by the time that we get out to the likes of Halls Creek. Because I did a kind of reconnoiter, a check for the scenery up at Catherine. Catherine Gorge was pretty much flat. It's like, oh, we don't have any, yeah. Need some mesh. Hello Rossi. Yeah, not doing too bad. Friday night, still in lockdown. Got a premiere coming out tomorrow with a flight in a Cessna 150 flying over the 12 Apostles. Real flight. So that'll be fun. Before that happens, I've got the American FNO. And I'm thinking about taking out the MD-80 down to Orlando, Florida. Time 22, we should be at Pomona. At least on the outskirts of Pomona. Yes, I see those cultivated fields up ahead. Look at that. Yeah, I think I'll go out for a walk as well. Not a bad idea actually. Get up about 7 in the morning, go for a nice walk around, get back, do F&O for about 9 o'clock, then head back out again. Yeah, sounds like a bit of fun. Rethink life and take stock of the situation. I'm not liking the idea of my new job role at MBN, doing network emergencies at stupid hours of the night. But I'll probably stick it out until we're out of these lockdowns, see how we go, and get applying for other things later. So this river that we keep going past, actually we're at Pomona, so that's actually the Darling River over there, the real one. This one over here is called the Darling Anna Branch, which is apparently once a long time ago the actual Darling River, but at some point the Darling River diverted east and became that thing over there, and that thing over there. And this Anna Branch, as they're calling it, we need to fill out a clock because we've actually hit Pomona. .29 to our destination. We're going to aim for runway 36 at Wentworth. Traffic Wentworth, Cessna Bravo Sierra Victor is 10 miles to the north of the field at 2,500. We're inbound to join circuit runway 26, estimate time 2:09. Traffic Wentworth. Yeah, that's the real Darling River, not this fake one over there. Or the old one. The old obsolete Darling River. Autopilot is off. You can fly overhead the field, down the midfield, and then join, yeah, midfield downwind. Easy. So that's the Darling River winding its way down, and at some point it touches the Murray River, at which point that's where we're going. I think it's down here. Can I find some? That's fair enough, Philip. I think it's just us two out here anyway, so I know you're around. Okay, Mister coming up. Power coming back. A little bit of trim movement. Still a little bit sensitive on the trim, for my liking. Airfield in sight. Oh, that's weird. According to the chart, that one is gravel and this one is asphalt. And in the sim, I think they're reversed. I think they got the asphalt one way and the gravel one way mixed up. That's hilarious. What the heck? Yeah, they do. Okay, that's a bit different. That's meant to be the dirt runway, and that's meant to be the asphalt there. We got them backwards. Funny. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor is overhead the field. We'll be turning the midfield downwind of runway 26. Traffic Wentworth. Right there. $80. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor turning base runway 26. Going over flaps 20. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, turning final 1826. Extra, all the lights are in. There's the dirt runway, or we're on the asphalt runway. Funny. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, backtracking at runway 26. Hey there, Lotfius. Oh, that came via the runway. Don't know about there. Traffic Wentworth, Bravo Sierra Victor has vacated onto the taxiways. What is that? Shrubs? Something like that. Funny. I think that's the taxiway over there. It's a little bit often. I'm thinking, what are these houses doing here? They're probably hangars. There's the apparent fuel area. Does this place really have fuel? It does. 24-hour self-service, avgas. The swipe valves with a credit card. Only the mobile C and V only. So if you don't have the mobile card, you won't be able to get fuel out of here. Just a bit of a hint. If you ever come to a field like this and you see something like mobile or BP, it's not actually a proper credit card. So if you put your standard bank card in there, no. Cannot do. In here, I think we'll go ahead and along. So I just came here to say hello to Wentworth. I came through here in 2003 and with a full symphony orchestra. The Sydney Youth Orchestra came in along this part of the world after visiting Menindee and Broken Hill. Menindee, Broken Hill, quite a hard slog. Menindee was a tiny little place. We couldn't fit the entire orchestra onto our stage. Broken Hill was alright. Yeah, we're riding in on 172s. Nice. And yeah, we brought the orchestra into Wentworth and we all got sick. And we think it was from the water in the town rather than any food. So yeah, it was a nice little ride into the wild, wild west of New South Wales. We're currently in New South Wales and we're going to take off and fly 10 miles to our south and we'll be in Victoria when we get into Mildura. So let's stick that in here. Oh, I wish I could see these words. Cover the runway is cool. Zulu Foxtrot Alpha. Cool. Charge JKLM. I C F G H I. Hey, there we are. Mildura. Go. You. So yeah, 10-mile flight and we'll be in Mildura. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, Cessna 172, answering at runway 26, departure downwind. I'm thinking about making a right hand downwind. Why can I not get the flight director out? No idea. Anyway, we're looking at this. 2 minutes to the Murray River and a heading of 117. Should have gone the other way. Already made our ready call, lights are in. Let's go. Bravo Sierra Victor, entering runway 26. It's a dirt runway. I'm going to take flaps 10 for departure. .65. And I'll take the flaps up. Wentworth traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor has departed. We'll be making a right hand turn for downwind departure runway 26. Keep us away from the town, give us a few more track miles to climb, because this tiny little flight kicked up a bit of dust. Yeah, that's what happens out here. Don't worry, I'm sure it's going to get worse once we get out into the proper desert. Before that happens, we end up in Adelaide, which will be much nicer. Time is 40 47. A 7-minute flight. I don't need the autopilot for this. 7 minutes. Let's use trim. That's where we want to be, 1450. 2450 I mean. There's a Wentworth township. They do suggest not flying directly over it, so let's give them a bit of respite from the noise. There's the RSL club right there. That's where we spent most of our time performing and vomiting, being in the toilet. There's the confluence between the Murray River and the Darling River. Not a bad part of the world there. Suggest not drinking any of the water unless it's bottled, because yeah, from experience, not great water quality down here. And that there was Tucker's Creek, that little green thing. It's a very green Tucker's Creek. It's also actually in real life a quite green Darling River and a brown Murray River. I just remember the two colours being distinctively brown and green. And at the point where the two meet, you distinctively see the Darling River green just kind of swirl around into the Murray River brown. Okay, we're about 10 miles out now. Mildura traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor is 10 miles to the northwest of the field. Estimating circuit time estimating circuit time 47. We'll be making a downwind of runway 27. Traffic, Mildura. We're in Victoria. That's something you can't do in this day and age, is cross a border like that. What is this? The same country or something? Now in the Republic of Victoristan. crazy names like Sunraysia and Melly. That's Lake Hawthorne right there, I should think. Which puts us in the outskirts of Mildura already. Should be looking at a heading of 116. Airfield's in sight. Fly overhead and then join midfield downwind. Airfield height is 120, so the circuit height's going to be 11. You can get down to 1,600 now. Mixture's rich. Brakes are released, undercarriage is fixed. Pump on. Fuel, seats and harnesses are secure. As the clock hits 47 and we enter the circuit. About 1 minute late. Mildura traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor Cessna 172 is overhead the field. We'll be joining midfield downwind runway 27. Bit of power in there. Circuit height. Heading's good. Out there. Mildura traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor on base runway 27. Laps 10. we'll take the rest of the flaps. Mildura traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor, final runway 27. Mildura traffic, Bravo Sierra Victor vacated all runways. Couple things to do, drop the landing lights, drop the strobes. Flaps coming up. Pump. Fuel pump is off. Do you want to go off into the... Oh, that's 20. Ah, that's taxiway Alpha. No, don't want to go down there. We kind of want to park around the hangars. In fact, I think that's a visitor parking right there. Yeah, it is. Nice. Brakes are set. 1000 RPM. Been running the engine a little while, so I'm just going to do a bit of a check. Yep, that's happy. Shut it down. Ah, there you are. Cool. Going to spawn the continue of doom. There we go. Cool. Well, there we are. Mildura. Back in the home state, just for one stop. Next week, I'm not sure how far west we'll be going, but we have Parafield, Adelaide in our view. We might only get as far as Murray Bridge, but we'll see how we go. Anyhow, as I said, tomorrow we're probably going to be doing the F&O and the MD-80. After that, we've got a real world flight to premiere the video of sometime on Saturday afternoon or evening. I'll hope to see you guys there. Till then, from a still lockdown Victoria, I'll catch you guys next time, I suppose, and probably Philip there, who looks like is in, I'm thinking that's a Piper PA something or other, is actually meant to be in a Cessna 172. Strange. That's not a Piper, that looks, I think, if I'm correct, may well be a Beechcraft of some sort. It's not a Mooney because the tail's on the right way around. But yeah, some kind of low wing aircraft. Should have been a 172 apparently. Oh well. Anyhow, it has been a wonderful little flight down to Mildura past the great darling Anna Branch. I've been Mills Glabula, and I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully see you at the premiere of the Cessna 150 video tomorrow night. Bye for now.